Elijah Arroyo has been one of the top risers this week in the Senior Bowl week of practices. We're going to take a look at some of those highlights later on, but first off, starting with some of his tape against Florida State earlier this year. On PFF Big Board, they have him as their tight end 5, and I would imagine that he's done himself some favors, maybe going from third round consideration all the way up to being considered in the second round. Now, if you're a Broncos fan like myself, Tyler Warren in the first sounds wonderful, but if that's not going to be the scenario that happens, hey, maybe we end up with Elijah Arroyo. I would be thrilled. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on these plays in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe. We're on our way to 2,300 subscribers. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Guru Film Room, the largest database for raw all 22 game film and specific player cut-ups being added every single week, even by request. So, want to join? Links in the description right there. But let's go ahead and get started, y'all. So, I wanted to show this. Again, I've done a film room on Tyler Warren, but Elijah Arroyo here shows some, hey, nice little Tyler Warren ability right here, throwing the little touchdown pass here. That's always fun. So, Sean Payton's going to be happy that he's got a guy. If we end up drafting Arroyo, he's a guy that can do a handful of different things. Guys, he's a really willing blocker as well. And hey, has some passing chops as well. I think that's really, really cool. But let's go ahead and just start at the beginning. Got about probably 10 plays or so that we'll run through. Let's first check out this play. You'll see him up in the slot, and here it's just a quick kind of pitch and catch, little stick route type of thing. Cam Ward just finds him easily, understanding zone coverage, and he gets upfield really, really quickly. I think that's what I like, man. With the ball in his hands, he's able to get upfield quickly. So he catches this thing, pitch and catch right around the 37-yard line, and then he's able to get all the way about to the 46. So that's like a 9-yard yak right there, yards after catch. That's always really nice. Again, it comes in with fantastic size, 6'4". PFF had him at like 245, but I think at the Senior Bowl, he weighed in at around 251 and still looked like he had all that speed and fluidity running routes out there, looked explosive. So I love to see that. Let's take a look at a nice little pancake block up here. I think you guys will enjoy this. So yeah, you'll see him lining up right there behind the left tackle, and just watch him come across the formation, lay out 54. Little pancake right there, knocks him off his feet. Again, I just love to see his willingness in the blocking game. That's one thing that really stuck out. Like, I love it. I love it. Definitely somebody that Sean Payton or some of these other obviously pro style, these NFL offensive coordinators, they can put in line and be confident that he's going to be okay. You'll be able to see that he can run routes out of that inline stance as well, or somebody that you can put in the slot, which is great. Let's take a look here at the 2-minute mark. Speaking of getting out of your stance pretty quickly, let's watch this. Now the ball doesn't go to him in this situation, but again, just want you to notice like how quickly he gets downfield, even dealing with some contact there with 13, that edge player. Um, I just think he's very comfortable route running, and that's something that, hey, this Denver Broncos offense, I mean, we desperately need somebody to be a threat down the seam, guy that can split out wide. He can run those digs, posts, outs, deep outs, all that. Yeah, just very comfortable, and deals with the contact really well. You'll see him right over here again to the left of the left tackle here. If eventually, Cam Ward will get to snapping this ball. I guess after he's changing the protection. All right. Look how quickly he's just out of his stance running. He's out of there before the edge player can get out of his stance, and fights through the contact. Now Cam Ward takes the sack there, but that's a different film room. All right, let's take a look at more run blocking. Again, I love his effort level. Very comfortable doing it. See him again here, tight coming across the formation, and just a really solid um, block picking up this edge player on this pull. I mean, just a brick wall helps open up a really nice hole for Damian Martinez. Love to see that. Again, I just think he showed great willingness here. Good effort level. Boom. And his feet are just solid. Base is not moved. Love it. Again, guys, 6'4", 251 is what he weighed in at the Senior Bowl. Let's see. Love this pass block effort. That was my next note here at the 5:30 mark. Take a look at that. Again, off of the right tackle, dealing with the edge player, and yeah, just shows great willingness. He can move with the guys, good footwork. This play's kind of blown up, but I wouldn't say it's his fault right there. Maybe maybe you would want him to pick up that guy, but the main takeaway, guys, is just I think he gives great effort in the blocking game. Okay. 7:05. Let's take a look at it. And, by the way, it's been a little while since Miami has put out one of those top end tight ends, but I mean, they were tight end you for so long. Maybe Elijah Arroyo is that guy kind of recapturing tight end you again, just sticking up 54, man, right there. So probably, somebody I think that you could put in the backfield, maybe play a little bit of that Nate Atkins role as a lead blocker, as as a fullback potentially. Sorry, I don't know what happened here, but just sticks up 54 again. Really nice effort on the run blocking. Let's see him catch some passes, though. How about that, guys? I know. Been a little while since we saw him catch a pass, or yeah, since the first play of the game. So 15:58, we'll see him catch a pass in the flat. Again, just showing that he's like really comfortable coming across the formation here. Little RPO. And again, just gets upfield very, very quickly. This is turns out to be like a 12-yard gain or so. Just catches it, and then he's just upfield, and he's always falling forward. You love to see that. He can break tackles. Again, we've had tight ends here, former first-round tight ends here that could not break tackles. And so it's great to see that this is a guy that we could get outside the first round that could do that. Take a look at this wheel route. Now, this doesn't go to him, but again, just wanting to show you like how comfortable he is like running routes. Really, really like this route here in the slot, and then just watch him run this wheel route. You can see Bo Nix or other NFL quarterbacks just hitting him right there, right? Long strider, but again, great speed, fantastic size. And right now, I mean, the guys that the Broncos had this past season to, that could go up and get a pass down the sideline, it was mainly Cortland Sutton and Devon Vele, maybe a little Jordan Humphrey more so over the middle. But yeah, he would be a tremendous asset to our offense. Let's get to the 20:36 mark. He's to the right of Cam Ward here in the gun. So again, can play some of that Nate Atkins H-back role. Cam Ward should have dumped it down to him right there. But, Cam Ward liked to play a lot of backyard football, of course. But yeah, I mean, you could do like some of these releases with him, and he's athletic enough to where these don't go for short gains. They'll go for intermediate gains, maybe even turn into long gains. Now, I guess I misspoke a little bit. I mean, this is third down and long, so Cam Ward's not one to probably dump it off, man. He's probably one to go for the sticks. So makes sense of why he would try to extend this play. Be nice to see Arroyo kind of get out there, which I think he does. But again, Cam Ward's eyes aren't going to go over there. And yeah, fourth down. It was like, yeah, it was like 3rd and 20, something crazy like that. So, uh, but nonetheless, want to just highlight some different ways in which you can use him. Uh, Take a look at just how he blocks this linebacker here. Shoot, shoot. Okay, let's go right here. See him again in line. He's facing this linebacker that comes over to the edge, and he just handles him one on one easily. So that's great to see. And then lastly, watch him run this little post from being in line. Again, the ball doesn't go to him, but just showing how comfortable and how fluid he looks running some of these routes from the slot, from in line, from various different spots and stances. You'll see him right here, get upfield, boom. Guess it's more of like a slant, but really quick out of that break. We'll watch it again. Boom. Just change of direction. I mean, one was not going to be able to keep up with him at all. So yeah, like Elijah Arroyo, really impressive athleticism. Let me take a look now, or let's take a look together at just some of the stuff that he did over at the Senior Bowl. Uh, Here we can pull it up here on Twitter. Shout out to PFF College putting this out. Um, it's a Bowling Green DBs facing no, maybe somebody from Louisville, but and you can just see can get downfield. That I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful route. Yeah, just like a little wheel, and I mean, that's a really tough catch over the shoulder, and he comes down with it. So love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's continue on. Thor Nystrom coming out here showing some more. My gosh. Uh, just some great footwork there. We'll watch it again. Look how quick he is out of that break, even being held a little bit. And he looks great. Can he be the next Jeremy Shockey, Kellen Winslow? I know I'm forgetting some other tight ends, they put out there, but Greg Olson, right? Those are kind of the big three there in the 2000s. Yeah, maybe he is the guy to kind of reignite tight end you at the University of Miami. I would just be thrilled if he would be in orange and blue. And here we are in a full team setting here. Him just finding the open spot and then just punting it, man. I love to see it. Yeah, he plays with great energy, great charisma, and I love to see the celebration. And then, of course, the flag come out. I think it's awesome. You can see some more here, like one on ones of what he's doing. A nice little contested catch there. Yeah, nobody was oh, man, a tight end that can put on a double move and then just get downfield, baby, that's what I'm talking about, and shout out to my friend Carter Dillon, done a handful of collaborations on, David Talks Buffs, but look at his effort level here on this interception. Uh, I mean, just going and going and going and going. Remember when DK Metcalf tracked down Buda Baker, a few years ago? Yeah, so overall, I just looking at the film on field, I mean, you can tell he gives great effort. You can tell he's very well rounded. What's not to love about Elijah Arroyo? And yeah, Dynasty Dad has Elijah Arroyo skyrocketing on his board. The fantasy guys are loving him too. So, and I thought I would share this, just from a Broncos fan perspective. If we are to draft Elijah Arroyo, maybe we get a draft like this. I mean, I would be pretty happy with something like this, especially after the Shrine Bowl this week as well. So put some risers from the Shrine Bowl in here, but maybe we can get lucky enough to have Emeka Ibuka fall to us at pick 20. Go with Elijah Arroyo with our second round pick. Devin Neal possibly at 84. Now he also seems to be a Senior Bowl riser, so maybe that's out the cards. Cody Lindenberg of Minnesota. Shout out to Kodiak. He put a wonderful video out on Cody Lindenberg on some top 5 Senior Bowl risers targets. Tonka Hemingway was a big time Shrine Bowl riser this week out of South Carolina, as well as Jordan Phillips. Now, Tonka, he can kind of play more of that 3-4 defensive end. I think he can kick inside, to play nose. A little bit undersized in terms of like weight, but I think he looks plenty strong. But Jordan Phillips is also a guy. He's played a lot more of that one tech and was just a beast in the Shrine Bowl practices, along with Efton Chisholm from Eastern Washington. Had a really impressive week, a slot guy, but maybe he's that next small school guy like Cooper Kupp or Puka Nakua. Well, I guess he was BYU, not really a smaller school, but you understand what I'm saying. My friend, NFL scout Bill Carroll, last July comped Efton Chisholm to Cooper Kupp. So somebody that on the NFL draft nerds that like actually do this stuff professionally, they've been big about Efton Chisholm, and his breakout at the Shrine Bowl was no surprise to them. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like on Elijah Arroyo, what do you think about him? Again, I would just be thrilled. There are a lot of players that I'd be really happy with to land in Denver. But let me know, if you're not a Broncos fan, do you want him on your team? Do you see him ranked above guys like Colston Loveland, Tyler, or maybe not Tyler Warren, but guys like Harold Fanning, Gunnar Helm? To me, I just love his blocking ability. I would say out of this top 5, I feel very good about all these guys' ability to block, maybe outside of Harold Fannin a little bit. So maybe I'm bringing him down in my board a little bit, maybe more so to number 5 right now. But don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted, Broncos country. I'd be thrilled to have any of these tight ends here in Denver. Hopefully we end up with one of them. So guys, thank you so much. I'll be back with a video later today on overall like Senior Bowl risers this week from this week of practice. Stay tuned. Go Broncos.